if we didn't have these things restored, these truths given once again, all that he did, all that he's been working towards, all that he has sacrificed for, and the effort he has gone through to align his will perfectly with the Father and develop those perfect godly attributes, all of that effort would be totally wasted if the souls of men could not be reunited with and have Christ become our eternal Father. And this kind of reminds me of that. It's like, that's the point of everything. That's why he did everything. And so if we don't participate in that, if we don't act as, as I say, like the saviors on Mount Zion kind of thing, if we don't participate in that, then all that he has sacrificed is diminished. It's not what it could be or what it should be. And that's why we are invited to thrust in our sickle, and reap as best as we can. And that's dependent, on everybody. Everyone can do a different, or can give a different amount. But, that is ultimately what this is all about, is that of the work of salvation and us emulating Christ in all that we do and having to walk the same path that he has walked. And he says as much several times throughout the scriptures, is following him. That's our path. That's our plan as well. So anyway, just this really drives home that thought of he has given all. We have to give what we also can give so that his sacrifice isn't in vain.
So I was reading Teachings of the Prophet Joseph Smith during sacrament instead of listening to my sacrament talks today.
They were that riveting. that good.
Oh, I should keep my mouth shut. It's not. Yeah. Okay. I just I'm a do as I say kind of guy.
I can second that.
Yeah. The greatest. So Joseph Smith, you just took my mind to this what I was reading earlier, and you talked about being saviors of Mount Zion and being called to that. There's a section here. It's called Our Greatest Responsibility. Joseph Smith taught the greatest responsibility in this world that God has laid upon us is to seek after our dead. The apostle says, they without us cannot be made perfect. For it is necessary that the sealing power should be in our hands to seal our children and our dead for the fullness of the dispensation of times, a dispensation to meet the promises made by Jesus Christ before the foundation of the world for the salvation of man. And I just thought that for some reason you talked about being saviors of Mount Zion, that just jumped into my head. Like, the greatest responsibility is to seek after our dead. Now, I think there's an argument to be made that greatest responsibility is a three-way tie between our individual and family salvation, exaltation, gathering Israel through missionary work, and also seeking out our dead. I think there's a fine argument to be made that there's several greatest responsibilities. But I think it's really easy for genealogy to kind of maybe fall on the wayside a little bit to, the glory of missionary work and bringing people into the waters of baptism in life. But it's a great responsibility. Like the restoration of the gospel led up to what? The restoration of the sealing keys. Like that's what we're doing here. Thank you for watching. If you found this content spiritually enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Like the gospel, these little things make all the difference, and it helps the algorithm push out better content for everyone to enjoy on YouTube.